Many of you know photography and videography are very tough to do as a business and be successful at. Here are 3 sacrifices I made to become successful. Now, first off is probably one of the biggest ones, my social life. Now, being someone who's introverted, this is kind of like a good thing and a bad thing. So when I was young, I'm just gonna give you a brief context. When I was young, I was pretty introverted. I didn't really speak to a lot of people. If you saw some of my other videos, I was scared to even ask people for like a napkin, like a waiter or something. It was bad. Point is, photography and videography made me like really get out of that comfort zone. But doing that now, I've taken a lot more projects on, and obviously that requires me to do a lot more because at my age, around the mid-20s, you're always gonna be busy because you're either working or you're really trying to make your own business happen. So yeah, I've had to say no to a lot of people in terms of like hanging out, in terms of going to events, like you know, just concerts, like just to attend, and just different things where it's not work related. So my social life has suffered in that sense, but at the same time, I don't regret it because as an introvert, I kind of do enjoy my own time. So this kind of works out in my favor. But at the same time, if you are more social, this might take a toll on you because especially if you're doing everything yourself like I am, you are gonna realize you're spreading yourself very, very thin. And at some point, you're gonna have to either give up your social life or give up your success. And it's kind of tough to do both. It's very rare to be able to do both. So that's something that you will have to be aware of if you're trying to do this full-time, successfully, etc. Now, another thing, and maybe this could be arguably even bigger, is sleep. I don't sleep that much because well, actually, that's a lie because I do still sleep my 8 hours, but my work time that I prefer is 12 to 5 a.m. So I get a lot of work done in those hours, but the problem is when I'm trying to sleep at 5 a.m. or honestly whenever, my mind is constantly working because if you know you're a creative or someone who does all this like stuff that you have to really think of every little idea, every little thing, and you get this idea randomly. I might be going everywhere with that statement, but basically what I'm saying is your mind is constantly thinking of things, and if you're not constantly thinking, then I guess you're not trying to improve. But more so, your mind's never at rest. So yeah, that's one big thing. My sleep has definitely suffered a little bit here and there, especially recently. I find sometimes I wake up randomly. I don't know why. It doesn't also help that I love caffeine or coffee. If you're in Canada, Tim Hortons ice caps, those are amazing. Yeah, so my sleep has definitely suffered, but you know, it happens and it's part of life to become successful, in my opinion. Now, lastly is a steady income. And that's because when you're doing this as your own business, you are sacrificing being able to work at a 9-to-5 job or a traditional job. And that is scary, but if you have a good support system, if you have people around you, and again, if you have your parents or someone who can provide for you, it's definitely an advantage because you have less pressure on your shoulders to really, you know, get money all the time. So it is tougher, but now with the level of stuff I do, the amount of events I can do and book and etc., it is much easier to get more income and support myself to some degree. But again, you're not getting money like every few weeks, every few months. You never honestly know when you're getting that money because you're working for yourself, and especially if you're building it up, you may not be able to get the income right away. But if you work towards it, you can actually work and get to a level where it's substantial, and you can even not work all week and you could still get enough to kind of pay off stuff and your credit cards, etc., etc. Again, I'm probably going off a little bit of a tangent, but I'm just trying to say that if you work towards it, it is something you can do successful, and it's something that's worthwhile to invest in if you really are interested in doing photography and videography as a business and to be successful in it. Now, I'm just going to throw this as a bonus statement, but it's not something as a sacrifice. But I am trying to say that if you think of systems and support systems to really allow yourself to make income, to be successful, and to have like people easily be able to find you, then you are going to be able to get ahead a lot quicker. And honestly speaking, you are going to probably see more progress much quicker because there are more avenues for people to actually find you and to, you know, work with you, etc., etc. You know, setting up a link tree, or, you know, putting multiple sources of social media so people can find your content wherever they are. It's a lot of things that you need to consider, but when you do and you set it up, it's there and you can always have people help you out. So anyway, I hope that I gave you some context to, well, business, but also just photography and videography in general, especially if you're trying to do it as a business. I hope this gave you some value and you really enjoyed it. If you did like it, please hit the like button and subscribe down below so you can see more of his videos. And if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram or any other social media, feel free to hit me up. It'll be over here as usual. Thanks for watching, and I hope you are along for the next video, and I'm gonna make more videos along some of these topics, so stay tuned, and you never know what's coming. I've got a lot of videos planned. Anyway, see you, bye.